All right, guys. It's been a couple days since we made a video here. I'm gonna go over the last day today, specifically today. Today is Friday, October the 13th, and it is 6:22 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we're looking at SPX on the 1 hour time frame. So today was a great day. I had a really amazing trade, but there was a second trade that could have been taking place today, but I unfortunately missed it. So I'll go over and explain exactly what that trade was. I was super upset that I missed the trade. It was a very nice setup. It looked very good, and I would have banked very nicely on that trade if I took it. But it is what it is. You can't get them all. So right now, what we're looking at is the 1 hour time frame on SPX. Now, very interesting. Yesterday on Thursday, October 12th, we had a huge sell-off at 9:30. Now, this sell-off changed the direction of the trend pretty drastically because prior to that, we were in an uptrend on the 1 hour time frame, and as you can see, this huge bearish engulfing candle here broke the trend structure. Not only did we break past the previous lower low, but we also broke past the lower low before that as well. So we broke two lower lows in one candle. That's huge. That's a huge trend change, right? So once we had that, we came down, we pulled back a little bit more, and then obviously the most logical thing would have been for us to pull back as people were taking profits, and we did in fact pull back, creating two small green candles, and then today we opened up right up here, okay, creating a small little gap in the market, and this level right here was our higher low. So this basically confirmed to us the downtrend because this was our previous higher high, and this is the one that we got today, which was clearly a higher low. This was our previous lower low, and this was the current lower low. So definitely a lower low and a higher low, confirming the trend change to the downside. Now, in this area right here, this is exactly what I wanted to see. I wanted to see the candle close red to confirm the downtrend, and then what I wanted to see as well is a very nice entry, like a bearish engulfing candle on the 15-minute to confirm the move to the downside. So this is the 50-minute time frame now. So if we zoom in here, we can actually see exactly where I entered and what I'm talking about. So to start off the day, we had a green candle, and we had roughly, I don't know why it's not showing up. Hold on 1 second. So to start off the day, we had this green candle with 76.9 million buyers. And then this candle definitely decreased in size pretty significantly with only 39 million buyers. So this could have hinted a potential reversal to the downside because the buying pressure was decreasing and the selling pressure was increasing and the size of the candle was shrinking. On the next candle there, we had a massive bearish engulfing candle, which engulfed not only the body of the previous candle, but the wicks as well. So this was a huge bearish engulfing candle. And to be precise, on this candle at 7 a.m. on the 15-minute, we had 0 buyers and 9.365 million sellers. So this gave me so much confidence to get into into shorts. I got into my puts around 7:13. So the candle wasn't even fully closed yet, and I decided to get into it. That's how confident I was that we were going to move down. So at 7:13, I got into this trade, and the structure on the 50-minute was beautiful, right? We had a little pullback right there, created a higher low, and then we continued on to make a beautiful lower low way down here, higher low, and then boom, lower low. So my ultimate target was, once we had this bearish engulfing candle, what I was looking to see was a lower low on the 1 hour time frame. So I was looking to break past the previous lower low. That's exactly what I was looking for. So my trade, my profit target was pretty far away for that reason. My profit target, guys, wasn't until 4328.67. So this right here is my daily level. This was my profit target. So on the 1 hour time frame, one could have easily assumed that our lower low would most definitely be below this level, which is 4338 area. And the most logical place for that would have been the daily level, because this level has significantly been rejected from previous times in the past, and it was the most recent level closest to the previous lower low. So for that reason, my target was this area, and sure enough, we hit it, bounced off, created another higher low, broke through it, and then made another lower low. Very nice price action. Beautiful rejections, as you can see right here. Beautiful respect of that level. So as soon as we hit that level, I banked around 72% return on that trade. That was a beautiful trade. Very happy with that. So I bought over here and I sold down here for a total of 72% ROI. For trades that take that long to play out, usually what I recommend anyone to do is, if you trust your analysis and you trust your trade, it's honestly best to turn the charts off and work on something else, or even just go for a walk or watch TV or something else. Don't sit there and stare at the charts, because if you sit there and you stare at the charts while your trade plays out, there's a very high chance that you're going to get shaken out. You're going to get you're going to let fear get the best of you, or greed get the best of you, and you're going to make a mistake, right? So it's best to just not look at the charts. Trust your analysis, trust your trade. Just let it do its thing. If it hits your stop loss, oh well. If it hits your profit target, amazing. Just be confident in your strategy and let it do its thing, and try not to look at the charts too much, because there's a very high possibility that you're going to get shaken out. So in that regard, it did hit my profit target. I was very happy with that. That for me was obviously a lower low, which is why I didn't hold it past that level. Now, a really good area that you could have taken a trade as well is right here. We closed green, and I was, after this candle closed here at 9:30, I was expecting to see some sort of reversal for a downtrend back to make another lower low in the 1 hour. So I was looking for an entry on the 15. Now we actually got one. Very nice one. So right here we came up. As you can see, the candle shrunk in size dramatically, and we went from 51 million buyers down to only 14 million buyers, and the size of the candle shrunk significantly. Then we had this massive bearish engulfing candle, okay, which had only 16 million buyers, but it had 55 million sellers, and the size of the candle was way larger than this, suggesting the volume to be way larger. So for that reason, what you could have done is you could have got into this trade right around 10 a.m. I personally would have waited for a pullback. Now, this is the trade that I was talking about that I didn't take, which you could have taken, which was a beautiful setup, and you would have made great money on this trade. So this trade from here to here was about 49% ROI. I didn't take it, unfortunately. I should have. This was a very nice setup, and there wasn't any reason for me not to take it. The only reason why I didn't take it was because, unfortunately, I had left the computer to go make breakfast, and by the time I came back, it had already made its move, and it was too late. And obviously I'm not going to chase a trade. It was just done. So I was like, oh well, wait for the next one. So in that regard, if you had taken this trade, very nice. That's a perfect setup. I would have waited for a pullback, so I probably would have got in like on the wick, and then my first target would have been a lower low, right? So I would not have sold at the daily, because the daily is not a lower low. On the 1 hour, it isn't. I would have probably sold somewhere around here in this area. Now, obviously on SPY, I have a lot more levels, and that's what I'm trading all the time. I'm never really trading SPX. I only show you guys SPX because I have less levels on SPX, and it's a lot cleaner, so it's easier to show you guys the price action. But on SPY, if we take a look, that same trade was this one right here. So you can see that there was many different opportunities for you to have taken profits. I personally would have not have taken anything until after this daily level. So the first area that I would have taken profits at would have maybe have been 430.94, then potentially 4.344, and then maybe 4.30.14 in this area. That would have been like my profit targets for that trade if I had taken it. Unfortunately, I did not, but it is what it is. So for the rest of the day, we kind of just went sideways. Not really any good trades for the rest of the day. I mean, technically, this kind of was a good trade, but the ROI on that trade would have been very minimal. So really wouldn't have been worth it. But I would never personally trade that late in the day on a Friday. You're just putting yourself at risk for sure trading that late in the day. So I would have just sat out. I don't like trading after like 10 or 11 a.m. on Fridays. That's just me. Now on ES, we had some crazy price action on the 6 hour time frame. So on the 6 hour time frame, all right, in the overnight session, we created this bearish engulfing candle, right? And this definitely, when we woke up this morning at 3 a.m., this candle closed. This definitely suggested a further move to the downside, which we definitely got. But as the market opened today, this candle at 3 a.m. was green and it was all the way up here. So just by looking at that candle, you could have easily assumed that the buyers were in control and that we were going to reverse and go to the upside because the candle was way up there, which if it closed up here, it would have completely broken the trend structure and it would have switched the trend from downwards to upwards because it would have broken past the previous higher low, creating a higher high. And that would have completely changed the trend structure. But to my surprise, we managed to sell all the way down, which was crazy. Look at the size of that wick. That's insane. We sold all the way down and continued to push through, made a lower low, and then on a second candle at 9 a.m., same thing happened, pulled back, creating a huge wick from above, and then continued to sell through that wick, come down, and then push and hit 434150. Now, 434150 is a very good area. I personally believe that based on the price action, that, I don't think we're going to go too much lower than this, and I'll explain to you why. So on the daily time frame, okay, we've been going upwards for quite some time. We've been in a nice uptrend. We've had 4 green candles in a row. This is the first, Thursday was the first red candle that we had. And all this is, in my opinion, is a pullback, and it's the daily time frame creating a lower high. Now, the most logical place for a lower high would have been right around this area, 4350 area on the futures. That's exactly where we hit. We bounced off that. We actually came lower. We hit my daily at 434150, bounced off that, and obviously right now we're rejecting that area 4350 very nicely. So this, in my opinion, on Monday, what we could see is we could see a reversal to the upside, and we could see another higher high, which would be very interesting to see, and that could very well be what might happen. So this potentially could be the final form of the lower high on the daily time frame before we shift and go up and create another higher high on the daily. Now that is a possibility, but one thing that is misleading is if you guys go to the weekly time frame, okay, the weekly time frame on ES is very bearish. Look at this, lower low, higher low, lower low, and currently we're rejecting the previous lower low. And that's how the candle closed this week, with a massive wick from above. So one of two things are going to happen. Either next week we're going to dump and make a brand new lower low on the weekly, or we're going to continue to buy through and push up and make a slightly higher low. That is a possibility, but we have to wait and see. On Sunday, when the markets open up, I will definitely be reviewing the market, and I'll make a video on Sunday kind of explaining my analysis of the week and what I intend to do, and kind of like a market plan on what I'm expecting to happen and how I intend to place my trades, or how I intend to maneuver the market up on the next upcoming week. So I hope that analysis helped, guys. Today was a great trading day. I hope you guys made some good money. I did, and I'm happy about that. Now, I will make another video on October the 15th, kind of reviewing the week and going forward, what's going to happen on the week to come. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys very shortly.